We're going to talk about something that dawned on me. I mean, it's dawned on me like a few years ago, but I've never really seen anybody talk about it in the MBTI community. I've never seen an ENTP talk about it, but admittedly, I don't watch a lot of MBTI videos. Actually, I don't watch any MBTI related content these days, and I'm not really active in any forums or groups. I don't have social media or anything. But at 44, this is something that, damn, I'm gonna be 45 next. Like, I'm gonna be 45 in a month. Fuck. Anyway, 45. That's like, well, anyways. It's just the ENTP brain, you know. I'm like, well, I mean, that's basically 50. Like, you know, in my head, I'm like, shit, I'm basically gonna be 50. Anyway, 45 years. I've never. It's something that's still impacted me, and it's. I think it's probably something that has caused us issues. I think it's probably caused other people frustration and like heartache and problems as well. So I thought I'd make a video on it, and I don't really know how to properly promote this video so that the issue kind of gets like promoted, I guess. But ENTPs and our NE getting us in trouble because we're so inclined to talk about possibilities, and people take those as realities. So we'll talk about the possibility of something, and others will take that as we're gonna do it. And I think this has caused me problems in a lot of areas in my life, and this is why I think MBTI is a great tool for giving us all the different possible ways individuals, all the different possible perspectives. So that's why I always talk about it like a perspective tool, because it's always going to give you a different angle or a different perspective. And with our dominant extroverted intuition and our TI combo, I mean, we're really just kind of always seeing the possibilities of everything. And so the ENTP brain wants to sort of clear all obstacles. And so like when we meet people now, I'll talk about where this has caused me problems in my dating life, because I think that's where it's most inclined to potentially like hurt somebody. You know, you could have people disappointed with you in business life or something like that, but I'll talk about it for briefly in like a dating context. I'm sort of looking to clear out anything that I could see being in the way. And so I think that people will take ENTPs as being more invested in something than we are, when in reality, we're just clearing the road so that if we want to hit the gas, we can. And it doesn't mean that we're going to. We just want to know how far we can go before there's an obstacle. So in the context of potentially a potential dating partner, we may ask things like, do you want to get married? Do you want to have kids? Do you want to live with me? Do you want to, you know, so we're asking things to get an idea of, you know, are these things a possibility? Is that potential there? Is this person interested in these things? And I think that for a lot of people, especially introverted intuitives, these are things that they would never ask. They just sort of fall into that situation, or it just becomes convenient, and so they do it. But it's not something that they would necessarily talk about. So they think, you know, this person's talking about this, they must be interested in this. And we're not. But, you know, if we're asking things like, do you want a committed relationship? Do you believe in monogamy? Or are you interested in monogamy or non-monogamy? Or are you, you know, interested in this or that? Or are you up for relocating? Or would you want to live in a house or a condo? Do you always want to rent? When we start asking these sort of future, maybe theoretical or just potential questions, like, where is the potential? What is this person okay with? If I ask somebody if they want to live off grid, or if they'd be down to travel in a van, or I'm not necessarily inviting them to do this. And this was highlighted the other day because I had got something I wanted to show my youngest daughter. And so I ran in the house, I grabbed it, we were all talking outside, and I came outside and I handed it to my youngest daughter to show it to her. My oldest daughter, who's an INFP, took it as I was giving it to her. So I could tell by the look on my oldest daughter's face like I was doing something special or something. She kind of got this, like, you know, sort of warm look, whatever, and it dawned on me that my youngest daughter understood what was happening, but my oldest daughter didn't necessarily understand. And if it was reversed and I was handing it to my oldest daughter to show her, she may have been disappointed when I took it back. And it just got me thinking about how differently we all perceive things and how many communication problems and how many mistakes happen as a result of that. So when dealing with the ENTP, please just remember that we really do talk in the theoretical. We are sort of always in the land of potential and possibilities, and just because we're talking about something doesn't mean we're going to do it. You know, I'll readily admit that 80% of my ideas are complete shit, and I can't tell which ones are complete shit from which ones aren't, which is where I love having INFJs and INTJs in my life, because I'm just willing to generate ideas and they're able to say, you know, this one's good, that one's bad, that one's, what the fuck? That's not even possible. That hasn't been invented yet. This is good, this is bad, that's okay, this one needs work. And I never take that personally, because I understand that at least 80 plus percent, 95% even of my ideas are just shit. They're just possibilities. They're not good possibilities, they're not bad possibilities, they're not medium possibilities. They're just possibilities, and I'm just trying to figure out what's possible. And it's I'm sure it's a frustration for other people. I can't imagine what it would be like when you're somebody who, you know, an INTJ, for example, if they say something, that shit is processed. It's like processed, refined, reprocessed, processed again, polished, like packaged, signed, everything, and it's like completely solid. Like you could take it to the bank, you can count on it, you know it's good. For somebody like that to be dealing with an ENTP who's just, you know, just throwing shit out there that is quite possibly just stupid as fuck, like, you know, I imagine it's got to be frustrating, and probably equally so when we start talking about helping with something or doing something, because we oftentimes forget the detail involved. I know for myself, I just recently built a shed for my mom to store all of her fabric in, and I rough framed it in like 2 days. I mean, it was like maybe 4 hours worth of work for me to rough frame the whole base and the walls and everything. But I thought that was like 50% done, and in reality I was probably 10 to 15% done. It was all the little details, the trim work, the painting, the, you know, all the drilling, the cutting, the little additional stuff to get the sheathing on, the door installed, the door handle, like it was all that stuff I forgot. So sometimes we get ourselves in over our head, and it's beautiful in that we're like really being quite idealistic, but it's ridiculous in that we're just not being realistic. So anyway, I think that's it. I don't know what to title this. Maybe like how the NETI combo can be exhausting for others or gets us in trouble or something like that. But all right, I'm done. Peace out.